I've been searching the paddock for a 1964 Ferrari because that is a very significant year for Ferrari, because it was the year that John Surtees won the World Championship. And now here we've got this 1965 Ferrari, which is as near as I could get, so I'm really sorry about that. But the significance of today being an Italian day, I wanted to talk about John Surtees. John Surtees, the only man ever to win a World Championship on 2 wheels and 4. In fact, he won 7 World Championship titles for MV Agusta, an Italian bike, and then went on to drive the Ferrari and won the World Championship. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but his memory lives on as one of the greatest English drivers of Italian machinery. And to pay tribute to him would be just amazing today. I wish we had his car here. But it is an amazing car, and he was quite a legend on bikes. He started with Norton and then moved on to the Italian bikes. The other person that we hold in high esteem is obviously Stirling Moss, and we always associate Stirling with British cars because he wanted to drive British cars. In fact, some say that it cost him the World Championship by sticking with British cars. But what you forget is, or may forget, is that when he left HWM in the early 50s, he bought a Maserati, and then he actually drove for Maserati. So he put a Maserati on pole position for the very last Swiss Grand Prix. So, again, another English driver with a history with Italian machinery. Fantastic. They are legends, both of them. Right, for the next generation of Brooklands drivers...
Indeed.
Do tell me his name and yours.
He's Joe, and I'm David.
David. Joe, are you going to be a racing driver? Not sure yet. Can't reach the pedals quite. Yeah.
He's fixated with cars, bikes, boats, aeroplanes, so there's a good chance, yeah.
At 2 years old?
At 2 years old, yeah.
Why is that? Do you...
Well, I am, so I suspect that's why.
It might have something to do with it. Come on, what's your history?
Well, I've got a few classic cars, but not Italian. 1 or 2 motorcycles, a boat. So he's around them kind of all the time, and I think he probably just kind of gets an interest from that, and probably genetic, I would imagine.
What do you think of the Italian bikes? I mean, MV Agusta...
Yeah, I really love them. Never had one. My bikes are all Japanese bikes, but I very much like them. Would very much like to own one at some point.
I would hope. What we were saying is Brooklands is not just for old people, is it? It's for everybody.
It is, and I mean, Joe and I, we come here regularly. We're members, so we come here regularly, and he loves it, both the aircraft and the cars and the bikes. So it's absolutely for all ages.
What do you know about Italian aircraft?
I don't know very much about them, No, I don't, I'm afraid.
No, he hasn't got one.
I've been a passenger in an air race in a Sia Macchetti, which is sort of like an airborne Ferrari, and that was fantastic. That really was an experience. But I think all Italian machinery just has this sort of, I don't know, charisma or passion, doesn't it?
It does. It's. I think there's a certain kind of, as you say, a certain kind of passion. I think it's. They have a reputation for being slightly kind of unreliable and slightly fickle, perhaps. But I think people get really kind of, as you say, passionate and invested in Italian cars and Italian bikes. And
I was talking earlier to somebody, and they were saying it's really a lack of routine maintenance, that some people just get an Italian car and then drive it like mad and don't bother to look after it, you know.
I'm sure that's some of it, but I suspect it's not all of it. But I'm sure that's absolutely true. They probably do require quite a lot of maintenance and quite a lot of investment that people perhaps don't give. But I think they are just slightly more fragile than some of the other kind of older cars.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, there you are. Now all the children are coming up and wanting to go. This is the future of Brooklands, is youngsters.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for talking.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.